Hello everyone and welcome. So 2021 is officially over and we could do a little bit more traveling and we had a little bit more freedom than we did back in 2020, which was definitely nice and definitely needed. So we did a lot of travels all over the UK in 2021, going from Cornwall all the way up to the Northumberland coast and everywhere in between. So much like I did last year, I thought it would be a great idea to make a video going through the top 10 because everybody loves the top 10 list of our favourite travels and favourite destinations that we visited throughout 2021. So beginning all the way back in March when we visited Dorset, which was Ellie's favourite trip of the year. She's sitting right there, wasn't it?
Yes.
In fact, you want to come and join me,
yes,
don't you?
I will.
You do? Okay, come over here. There
Hello.
We go. Okay, yes, she is here, the famous, the one and only. So the first place we visited in Dorset was the Blue Pool, which I think you enjoyed.
Yes,
a lot.
It wasn't my favourite, but it was one of the good ones.
Okay, what was your favourite of Dorset then?
Old Harry Rocks.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I didn't put that on the list. Well, there we go, an honourable mention. Not even a minute in, we're already getting bonuses.
It was very cool for photography.
Yeah. The one thing about it wasn't blue when we visited because apparently the Blue Pool, it does change colour throughout the year. I think it was turquoise when we went. But yeah, when we went there, I felt like I just stepped out of England modern world and just into Jurassic Park or something cool like that. And a really good thing about it, it was located, what, 5 minutes from Corfe Castle?
Yeah,
Was that a highlight?
Yes.
Basically, next door to Corfe Castle, which was possibly one of my favourite castles that we saw this year as well. So there you go, another bonus mention. So now, number 2, sticking with Dorset for this one, and possibly the most iconic landmark of Dorset, which is...
Durdle door.
Durdle door. Durdle door. Good job. This hike starts at Durdle door and it goes to Lulworth Cove, which the entire hike was just pretty epic.
Yeah, and it wasn't too long as well. I think you can do it in like an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
I think we took longer because we kept stopping. Is that where I got stung by the bee?
Yeah, you got stung by a bee.
I did get stung.
Be careful of bees.
Yes. We're sitting down to take some pictures and I sat on a bee, I think.
yeah, it's not just that you got stung, but you sat on a bee.
Yeah, I sat on a bee,
yes. Good job. I don't blame the bee, to be honest. So yeah, that was really cool as well. And by the way, if you are interested in watching any of these original videos, I will link all of the original videos down in the description. And you can see well, you would say
I think they're very good.
Well, that's good. So yeah, I have made many videos throughout 2021, hopefully improving my videography skills along the way. I would say so. I would hope so.
Yes.
Yes, but anyway, you all seem to be enjoying them because throughout this year I went from 490 subscribers in March and then I hit 1,000 subscribers in June. And at the time of recording this video, I think I'm at 2,440 subscribers, which is just incredible. It's mind-blowing. When I started YouTube, I had no clue that I think I was ever going to get this far. I thought I'll get 10 views a video. I'll have my 10 subscribers.
I think it's because when you started, you weren't planning to actually, like, you know, gain any. It was more like a fun thing to do.
Yeah. But I mean, I would, even if I had 10 subscribers, I'd be doing it anyway because I love making videos. We love traveling.
Yes.
And so it's a win-win. So talking about subscriber milestones, back in June, I actually hit 1,000 subscribers. And in celebration for that, I decided to jump in a river.
1,000 subscribers? This one's for you.
And so even though that river might look warm because it was in June, it was not, but still, I enjoyed it because I went to go and do it again straight afterwards. So there you go. So that was in the Peak District, which is where we are heading next on our third point of the list. So we visited the Peak District at the start of our biggest road trip this year, which was a road trip starting at the Peak District and then going up to Yorkshire and then finishing off at the Northumberland coast. It was like 2 weeks long. And so yes, starting off the Peak District and more specifically, cycling along the Monsal Trail. So the Monsal Trail is an epic 8.5 mile route across an old disused railway line, and I would pretty much say it is the perfect cycle trail. So there are interesting stops pretty much everywhere, so you know you can just lock up your bike, go explore something, and then unlock your bike, carry on, cycle on to the next thing. There's so many things to see along the way.
I think that's where we discovered that river you jumped into.
Yeah.
We just stopped.
The river I jumped into is directly underneath the Monsal Head Viaduct, which is arguably the most iconic thing that you pass along the Monsal Trail. It's around halfway.
Yeah. One advice I would say, if you do the cycling and then you decide, ooh, I'm so hungry now, let's have some food. Don't really do that.
Yeah, because it is a completely straight route. You do have to cycle all the way back. And what many people I think don't know, even though it looks dead flat, it is not. If you cycle towards Bakewell, it's downhill, and if you cycle back from Bakewell, it is uphill.
Yeah.
Very slightly. You won't notice it until you have to start cycling back, and then you will hate yourself forever.
Yes.
And you will never want to sit on a bike again.
Yes.
Especially after eating a whole pasty.
Yeah, that's what we did.
So now another quick point before we move on from the Peak District, and possibly, definitely winning the award for the best view that we found this year, I would say. And that is Bamford Edge. You agree? No?
No, it was good.
Name a better view that we saw then.
Old Harry Rocks.
It's the same.
Yes, that was.
Suggestion.
It was my favorite.
I'm so glad you're not making this video.
Well,
She's like, hello, I'm Ellie. Welcome, Old Harry Rocks. Goodbye. But yes, Bamford Edge. I think it was really easy to access as well.
Yes.
Very easy, relatively flat.
Well, your
walk.
granddad did it and he's 80, so.
Yeah, there you go. Win-win. A shout out for him. You'd
Yes.
enjoy that.
Hello. I know you're watching.
I know you're watching. He watches everything. But yeah, so you've got amazing views all over the Peak District. I think an epic spot for photographers. You can get these epic shots.
Pom, shot.
Yeah. Now heading up to the second part of our little road trip into Yorkshire. And my personal highlight of Yorkshire, I think you'll agree with this one,
Yes.
is Knaresborough or Knaresborough. I don't know how to say it.
Yes,
It's one of
after
the-
Old Harry Rocks, you go there.
Okay.
Directly, straight across.
Oh yeah, not long, is it? Just 10 hours. But yeah, this town is home to parks, gardens, castles, painted windows.
We took a boat.
Yes, that would probably be the highlight, possibly the most scenic place to hire a rowboat, and you can sort of row all around the river. You get so much free space.
Just a pretty town. A very pretty town.
Very.
Oh, and they had a great bakery.
Oh yeah.
They had an incredibly good bakery.
If I can find out what it's called, I will write it here in the video because it was amazing.
It was cheap as well, very good.
Yep, there we go.
Highlight for Ellie.
Always food, isn't it? Yes. So now we're at our halfway point in the list, and I just thought to split up the list, I made a little compilation of many outtakes and basically footage of us being complete idiots throughout the year for you to enjoy. It's mainly a way to just embarrass Ellie and see how...
I have such a good boyfriend.
Always looking out for you. So yes, enjoy. Right. Mic test 1, 2. Let's test the mic. Say something motivational.
You can do it. The mountain is there.
Right there. Very wet, is it? I mean, that looks like a 5-star toilet. Always trying to mess up my things. Like, yet again.
This happened.
So right now we are...
It doesn't have the mic on. Hello, it's me. Show us how you walk.
I walk like this.
Oh my god, that's such a cool walk, Alex.
Have to wait.
Look how broken Alex's shoes are, and he doesn't want to get rid of them because they're too comfy.
There's a fly. Yeah. I'm like a horse. So as you can see, the blue pool. Is cool.
Oh, Alex, I think you have high expectations of you.
What's the problem?
It's so high. Bye.
Now back to the list, but we are sticking in Yorkshire, and I think this one is definitely the award for the best abbey that we found. It's totally lost its top 10 list. It's now just awards of random things. Yeah, the best abbey we found is Rievaulx Abbey. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I think why was it impressive it was because that day we visited 2 abbeys.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of the
We just
first
visited
one.
Whitby Abbey, and straight after it went to this Rievaulx Abbey.
And I was a bit tired and fed up, and I was like, I don't want to see another one. And then we got there, and I was like, oh, actually, this is pretty cool.
There you go, yeah, so it surpassed your expectations.
Exactly.
Yes. But I think it was just, when you're walking in it, you got such a good idea of the scale of this abbey, because the remains were just massive, and it was just a surreal place to be, and epic for photographers.
It looked cool.
And now up to the final part of our epic road trip. We are on the Northumberland coast, and I wanted to put so many things from Northumberland on this list because there was so many things to see, but I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, although it may be anyway, because it's just our rambling.
I hijacked you.
Basically, yeah. What was your highlight of Northumberland?
I did like Cragside.
You did?
I did, yes.
I
thought-
chose Cragside.
Initially, I thought I really liked Bamford Castle, but it was just not what I was expecting. Because we were watching a lot of Last Kingdom.
Oh, we
and I
got
was
about it.
like, yes, I want to go there and see it, but it wasn't
Yeah,
that cool.
Nothing of the 11th
Like
century
Vikings
castle
or whatever.
is remaining. It's all I
Like
don't know.
modern.
I think it was like 1700s. It was sort of refurbished, and
Yeah.
it's very a modern history castle. But yes, Cragside was just epic.
Yes, we went back the second day.
We did. It was so good that we went twice to see even more of it because it was so much bigger than we were expecting. There's around 6-mile loop that you can drive around of the grounds that's full of just so much colour and wildlife. It's like you're in a fantasy novel.
And what's really good, I think, it's so you have that circular drive, but there are stopping places everywhere. So if you see something cool, you just stop and get out of the car, and then you can have like a proper hike. Go back into the car, drive like a mile up the road.
Have another hike.
Exactly, it
It's
was
a
quite
win-win.
cool.
And
Yeah.
it is also the first house ever to be powered by hydroelectricity. So it's also a very historical house to learn a lot about. And now heading into July, we had a very busy summer this year. And to a place that you haven't seen a video of yet, because we visited Cornwall in July, and I just had to mention the Eden Project, I
Yes.
think, because I loved it. Now, the Eden Project is quite expensive to go in.
Yes.
And usually we don't go in expensive things because we're students, so we can't do that. But we made an exception for Eden Project, and I think it was worth every penny, pretty much. It was just epic. It was amazing to see, you sort of get this idea of the possibility of a utopian future when everything, especially at the moment, looks a bit grim around. So it's really nice to just explore and see. It also has all of these biomes which are set to different temperatures. So there's the rainforest biome, Mediterranean biome, and just so much. We spent an entire day there. So next up, the award for the best mountain of the year, which I would say is, and I know I'm going to butcher this name, I still haven't learned it because it is Welsh, Glyder. I know that's wrong. So
I'm not gonna say it.
yeah, if I can't do it, I don't think
mountain.
you can. The mountain. The
This
good one.
mountain.
So I absolutely love Wales. Well, I think we both do. And especially Snowdonia has some of the best views that I think I've ever really seen. And the view from when you're hiking up this mountain is just epic. You can see so far, and especially when we went and it was all misty and cloudy. It was just so atmospheric and peaceful, just awesome to see. We're actually going to go and hike it again this summer and probably make a full video on it because it was just amazing. And finally, number 10 on the list, my previous video, which was filmed 1 week before Christmas when we visited the White Cliffs of Dover. But specifically in this point, I want to talk about a very unknown thing, which is a shipwreck that is located right at the bottom of the White Cliffs of Dover. This ship was called the SS Falcon.
It was a cool ship.
It was a cool ship, a very difficult hike to get down there. Well, not too bad actually.
I wouldn't say it wasn't long.
A daunting hike, I would put it that way, because it's
you
very
just
vertical.
have to go like zigzaggy, and then you have to go through a tunnel, and then go down like a really steep ladder, and then when you go down to the beach, it's really, really rocky. It's kind of like your feet sink into the rocks.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't think many people make it down there because the path was very sort of
Rough.
untrodden. Yeah, very rough. But just epic. We're so glad we made it down, and it was just awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And so that sums up the list. I hope you maybe got some ideas of travels. Those were our best travels that we discovered all throughout 2021. On to 2022 now, where we have so many more planned.
We already did some.
We already did one. We won't tell you where, but the videos will be up very soon. So yes, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Anticlimactic.
Bye.
Later.